This is the silver screen YouTube. It's a silver screen. It's kind of spooky, but Halloween is not here yet. So, where would people be watching right now? Because when YouTube goes live, doesn't mean necessarily that somebody in the United States is watching. Because I have people from Russia, Philippines, South America watch my videos when I go live. Look how scary for the silver screen. Lots of crickets for sure. Now we're gonna use the filter. We're on the silver screen filter. We're watching from the silver screen filter. This one I also like. It's the 8mm filter. Buenas tardes. ¿Dónde están? ¿Qué hacen? ¿Cómo se encuentran? How are you guys doing? It's a bumpy ride, folks. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I'm taking a walk in my neighborhood. As you can see, it's very it's like beautiful over here. Oh my god, look at this. It looks like something straight out of the desert. Like that's the entrance of the house. I don't like walking underneath trees at night because I get really quickly, like if I get bit by a spider, a mosquito, even a fly, I get bruises like in an instant. My body swells, and I've been bitten many times. And I'm fortunate that I live in California, except for the fires that we have right now. But we don't have flies. Obviously, there will be flies where you go to a restaurant, or there's a lot of fruit, or there's some standing water for mosquitoes. Some places have a lot of mosquitoes. I don't know why. But here in California, here in San Diego, we don't have mosquitoes. It's really hard to find them. It's really hard to have to find a fly. To be very honest, it's not like we don't have flies. We don't have a lot of insects flying. But we do have a lot of spiders, and I don't like insects, period. As you can see, there are no insects except for my filter that I'm going to change now. Hoping everybody's having a wonderful night. This is the glamour. No, this is the regular normal. That's normal now. Yeah, it's night, noche. It's not even 11 o'clock at night, and I was watching the debate with Kamala, our next president, and I had a Red Bull, so and then after that I just took a shower, and then I just decided to go out for a walk, and I did a video where I said a lot of bad words, and I had like 1,200 people watch that video. Anyways, um, I haven't been going live in a couple of weeks because my nephew, who was 26 years old, was killed in a car accident, and my sister, who's very young, that was her first son and the only son. She doesn't have any more children. And I've never experienced death in my family, which is like your father and your mother and all your brothers or sisters. From that family, my family, they're married and they have children, and then I have nephews. So, but none of my families, from my all my brothers and sisters, and my mom, my dad, were all still alive, except this one that died, and it changed how we see things. When a family member dies, it changes the way that you think. Um, the I think that with death, definitely it's very sad, and I felt it's hard to explain why a person like Donald Trump would make fun of people who are handicapped, people who have died, and he makes fun of them. People who have struggled to make ends meet, people who are indifferent and different in their nationalities. I don't understand how a person can run for a presidency and dislike what America's all about. There's no other way. It's not there. You don't have another chance to prove to the world that you are with the American people. Democracy is always going to be here because we are not part of another world. We are in America. The United States was shaped by immigrants, obviously. So when you go on and insult immigrants, and remember, just because you're an immigrant doesn't mean that you are illegal. It doesn't make any sense. Everything that Donald Trump said at the debate was heard before, and he defended himself in some of the questions by saying the same thing that he said before, which is not a yes or no answer. Also, with Project 2025, before, and we're talking like last year, months ago, maybe last year, whatever. There was a lot of people already investigating Project 2025. And the Project 2025 is basically another agenda for the president, which is Agenda 47. Project 2025 is basically Project 2025 doesn't need to be labeled as Project 2025. Project 2025 is basically the agenda for Donald Trump's if he were to win the presidency. There's no doubt about it. But he is really hardcore on his stance, and him lying about that he doesn't know anything about Donald 2025, and then there's videos of private investigators with hidden cameras talking to the people who are the founders and the people who run American Heritage Foundation about Donald Trump being the one who basically said that yeah, go ahead and do Project 2025. You have my wording. You have my how the priest or the Catholic Church, if you don't have the Pope to say do it, then you won't do it. So basically, Donald Trump is not just an instigator. He's the one. Without him, there is no Project 2025. Because why would other people who are not even part of the government and who will not be part of the government in the future? Because remember, the American Heritage Foundation is not part of the government. It's just another saying like the Ku Klux Klan, or uh, or saying like the Baptist Westboro Church. It's just actually it's right there in the words. It's a foundation, and the people who who donate to the foundation know about Project 2025, and one of those persons is the new director who's taking over Starbucks. I mean, Starbucks period donated a lot of money. You have a lot of people donating shitloads of money to the American Heritage Foundation because of Project 2025. Nothing is a lie. You don't have to Google to see to know if I'm telling you the truth or not. It's said and done. It's set in stone. Project 2025 is not just going to hurt the Republican Party, because a lot of them are illegal. Because a lot of Republicans who don't speak English, they speak Spanish, they're very happy and proud that their next president is Donald Trump because he has a lot of money. Because you can't explain to the Latino, to the Hispanic, um, Spanish-speaking community who doesn't know anything about English. They don't know. They just watch soap operas, but they hear legally, and they can vote. They're voting for Trump because they don't know what Project 2025. They still don't put nothing on Mexican TV, Latin TV. They don't have any shows like they have on the other all the new the broadcast system of like ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, to name a few. They have had amazing shows on what Project 2025 is all about. Well, they don't have that in the Latin speaking community because the Mexican TV, they don't have time to do none of those shows, because obviously they would need sponsors, and and it's not important for them if what the Latino community is going to vote, because they are second they're seconds. That's it. They're just seconds. They're leftovers. They're not going to care about. They rather watch the soap opera. If they knew that what Project 2025 is going to be, that there's not going to be any more food stamps, not just for the Latino community or for the people that come over here and don't have any money. It involves everybody, including the white trash trailers park people, includes the people from the KKK, includes people from the Web Baptist Church, because all of those people, believe it or not, they probably depend on the government to give them food stamps. It doesn't matter where you come in the United States, you're not gonna have food stamps if Donald Trump takes office. None of that shit is gonna be, because a lot of these people, they don't report taxes because they don't work. They're not part of a system. They're in hiding. And anyways, a lot of them lie, like Donald Trump. So, but a lot of the things that America has, including those stupid little refunds or like those payments that you do, like $35 copay for whatever, that was really hard to get for some people in the who in need of medical or Medicare, and all of those things that are extremely hard to get, period, in the first place. Even if you have insurance and you land in the hospital, it still costs you a lot of money. Well, all of those little programs that we have that have taken years to take care of, like abortion rights, because it was like a fight to get abortion rights, and now you won't be able to do it because Donald Trump took it away from the woman. Donald Trump is responsible for women not to have a right to have an abortion, and there will be other rights that will be taken away from the woman. Now, in general population, Donald Trump and his Project 2025, because he's supporting the American Heritage Foundation, is going to also take a lot of things away from individuals, like um, like he's going to take away they're going to take away a lot of things. You won't be able to even use them because you're going to be deported as soon as he gets in office. The first thing that he's going to do is going to tell the police near your house that if there's anybody who they think is an illegal or an immigrant, or basically just a random person who looks illegal, who looks Latino or ethnic, he would have the right to go and investigate and deport them if they don't have any papers. It would be really easy, right? He doesn't think about other things like who's gonna pick up the tomatoes that makes the ketchup for his fucking fries, right? Anyways, so yeah, so it's really sad that that a lot of the people who are Republican, who are not MAGA, because MAGA is a cult. Not all the Republicans are MAGA. They don't support the MAGA because the MAGA is trash, right? Um, Absolutely 100% MAGA cult is trash. The other Republicans, because there's a lot of type of Republicans, right? There's that Republican that I have a lot of friends who are Republicans, who are very nice people. You would never think that they're Republicans the way that they are, and they live in really nice places. Some of them are, a lot of my friends are multimillionaires, and they are Republicans. But guess what? In secret, they told me they're not voting for Trump. That's their decision, right? But they voted for Trump before, but they won't vote for Trump again. That's it. It doesn't matter if to. This is what they told me. Some of them are Trump supporters because their husbands or their wives are their Trump supporters, and that's how they, when they became husband and wife or whatever, um, they they're just Trump supporters. But a lot of them, they're still Republican, but they're not going to vote for Trump because of Project 2025. They're not going to vote for Trump because he is basically almost a diseased person. They're not going to vote for Trump because besides that he's already they try to kill him. His own party, the Republican Party, they missed a shot, so he never got killed. But he's aware that somebody wants to kill him. They just want to kill him, period. Not just one person. Maybe over 1 million people want to kill him. So I'm very surprised that if he wasn't meant to be killed, it was a really good stage, right? Look, like that cockroach right there. That's the only insect that we're gonna see here. Yes, I approve of that, my dear. Anyway, so basically, Ruben Mendez, you have a last name of a serial killer. The Menendez brothers are here. Anyway, so yeah, um, it's unfortunate that a lot of the people that do not live in the United States have a saying in their comments, because obviously they can't vote and they're not from here, but they speak English. And the people who live in the United States, um, they know that obviously that if they vote for Trump, you know, they're not voting for democracy. They're not voting for what's right for their family. Because like I said, a lot of them, if you have a job and you don't depend on nothing because you have a job, uh, then you don't have to worry about anything. You don't even have to worry about me making a reply to your comment because you're set, right? But America is not set. America is free. It's the land of the free. It'll always be the land of the free. And what I like about this whole situation with the debate is that one ignorant person got to be on stage with no one bothering him, only his dirty mind. And I really enjoyed the lies, that there was nothing new that he said was going to change people's mind. I like the idea that he never said a yes or a no to so many people dying in Ukraine, and that how he's going to end the war, like he's some kind of shit, when he never did anything in the 4 years that he was as a president. He never did anything good for the people that died. More than 1 million people died of COVID, and it took forever for people to understand that he had the time and day to go golfing, but he'll have 10 years at least, if he lives, to do that after November 5th. There's a library over here, folks. Thanks for not liking this video. There's a free little library. I don't know where you live in this world, but here in California, we have fabulous little free libraries outside. I think they became famous in the pandemic when Donald Trump was farting in the White House and Melania Trump was trashing the gardens of the White House that was built by black slaves. This is the little library, and they just changed the lights, and so people come over here and drop books, and then you can take them for free, or you can bring them for free. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes they're just books that are really stupid. I don't understand. They're just like, it reminds me of somebody who's like living in the past, like Donald Trump. But look at this. They're all related, and sometimes I always find a book that's related to today. Let's see. Do I have a book? Well, what is this? Robert Harris. Oh my God. Is that related to Kamala Harris? And she is talking about the fatherland. Wow. The highest form of thriller, non-stop excitement, the times. Wow, fatherland. And it has this thing right here on top that looks like Berlin, but it could be Washington, D.C. Very interesting. Harris, the next president. Wow, isn't that exciting? I always find a book there that's related to the United States. Can you imagine that a black woman is going to be the next president of the United States? Isn't that fabulous? Did you know also that um, in other parts of the world, obviously, we have a lot of women that are president, but it just takes that moment in time when they get to be voted, and they are some big winners. The Mexico president is a woman, the first woman, and um, she went to Berkeley, I think, San Francisco, and she is supposedly half Jew and half Mexican. Um, she knows a lot about the law, and she would probably get along really well with Kamala Harris. Anyways, can you imagine two women being the ultimate authority on in North and South America? What else do you guys want? Really? Can you imagine? I feel like um like I said, there's always a moment in time that somebody will get voted, and it would be great. All you have to do is you have to look into the past, and we are living in modern times. Like, more than, we are not like just living in modern times. We are living in another fucking planet. It's not the same as the 80s. It's not the same as the 90s. It's not the same as Y2K. It's not the same as 2011. Like, tomorrow is 2011 celebration, September 11th, 2001. That was exactly 23 years ago. We don't live in that world anymore. We still live on planet Earth. Still, things are going to happen, like fires, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes. Everything is getting worse and worse. But the world has never changed. It's always been like this. It's just that it's overpopulated on some places that never need to have a street or never need to be an avenue that people build. Anyways, don't you think, if you, I know, so, okay, let's put it this way. A lot of the people who love Trump, okay, fine. But see, they live in another world. They don't live. The majority of the people where Trump always goes for the rallies is like the worst places to live in the United States. He can never have a really good rally ever if he came to California, or if he was in New York City or Chicago, because those are the places that are actually where the most population live. And if you're going to have electoral votes, those are the places that should count, not the fucking redneck places in middle America that only have like 1,500 people, and they have a a a, a good chance of destroying democracy, because they live in this type of places that people are not inhabitable. The population is extremely low, so why do those count? That's why the electoral vote is very old-fashioned, it's out of date, and it is, the electoral vote is not part, or should never be part, of how you win something, because it should be the popularity of the vote, like every other country, except in the United States. This is how they rule. And I also think that Donald Trump should have never won on the first round, when stupid Hillary Clinton didn't do nothing because she's a Democrat and she is believes in freedom, and she will never do what Trump did 4 years ago in the insurrection. When Hillary lost, she had the opportunity to recount votes and make her life the same. To ridicule, should have ridiculed herself by allowing to do a recount, because you are allowed to, right? Obviously, she won the popular vote. There was no question about it. But in Donald Trump lost the popular vote. Um, but at the time, stupid Hillary didn't do a recount of the electoral vote and the majority vote again, because there was a lot of shenanigans going on. And I believe that she, obviously, everybody knows that she won. That's why everybody said that a lot of the people said that Donald Trump was never a president. He's never a president, right? It just so happens that whatever, Hillary Clinton gave him the yes and not to investigate. I can't believe that the buses are still running. And there's some shady people walking outside, like me, talking on the phone. In this beautiful California weather, believe it or not, there's actually no air. It's not windy. There's no flies. There's no, I haven't seen any spiders. I haven't even seen any lost dogs, any lost cats. Anyways, folks, I wish that I could have a video where I spoke in Spanish, because see, in the American language, I sound very nasty. Well, I don't know. Maybe my wording is not, you know how, it's not. I'm not very quick with words with American language, because it's not my. Believe it or not, the American language, the English language, sorry, the English language is my first language, because that's the only language that I know how to speak and write. And with the Spanish language, I just happen to know it, like read it, and obviously I understand it because I'm Mexican, but I'm from California, but it's just kind of strange that I never went to school for it, but I know how to read it and understand it. So, but if I made a video talking in Spanish, I wonder, I want to make a video on Project 2025 and what it means by reading the sentences in Spanish. Anyways, there's a bus. There's the church. I also what do you call it, en español o en inglés, pero I also realized something, that it's like, what time is it right now? It's 11 o'clock. I realized that when I go live on the YouTube, like in the daytime, it depends on the day, but normally a lot of people don't want to, obviously because, the time zones. But I notice that a lot of people, they don't watch the live people only when they go live at night. It's like a sensation. Um, Somebody's walking their dog. I'm here at church. I came to pray for Kamala Harris. So I came to pray for her, for what she stands for, and she's a really hard-working woman, to be very honest. Also, Donald Trump is already starting to discriminate her because he doesn't understand what her race is. And he says that he doesn't care, but he calls her names. I'm so happy that Kamala Harris brought up some issues with the race cards. Like she basically talked about Donald Trump incarcerating some young adults. Let me close this door. How are you? Fine. I have this door over here that's always open. Because the homeless people come over here, and if they see a door open, they'll go over here because we have a lot of transients in the neighborhood. Have a good night. Anyways, folks, La Noche de los Lápices. What is this? Oh, look. So this is like a work of art. Las Noches de los Lápices. This is like an art piece. And it's La Noche de los Lápices means the night of the pencil. And then there's this old photographs, and that looks like Madonna, which she is in. But all of these, there's from the like 1960s. Estudiantes del colegio. Wonder if this has something to do with 1966 in Mexico City. Anyways, this is a very interesting work of art that somebody left here in the trash, in the recycle bin. And it says La Noche de los Lápices. It's very like 1969, 1970. And it has all these pencils. Wow, that's so cool. You know, I would take it, um, but I'm wondering, I would take it, but I have so much art, it's embarrassing. I have a lot of paintings that people have done of me, some from famous painters, well, people who are recognized in the country, um, because um, when I was in my, well, let's say like 15 years ago, I used to hang out with a lot of really cool people, and I used to get a lot of gifts, and people would make paintings of me, or I would trade like a gown or a dress. I would make somebody a dress who was a painter because she needed a dress, and she made me a painting of me. So I have a storage where I have my collection of art. And if I had a car right now, I would just put this in the car and put it with my collection. I feel like this is a really good piece of art, to be very honest. I just sad that this has got some water because it was probably in somewhere somebody found it. Um, and the pictures, they look really old. They look like from the 1960s, to be very honest. It's really cool. I would totally take it. But like I said, I have a lot of art, and I wouldn't want to take it. It's very interesting at night because normally I go to sleep around 9 o'clock, and I like to wake up at 5 in the morning and do like little things, and I go on my then I start my coffee, and like around 6:15 I start leaving to my job, which is my warehouse. I'm my own boss. I've never had a boss in my life. I was my own boss. I've never actually worked for somebody. Um, can you believe I always been by myself, been my own boss? It's really good to be your own boss. It has good traits, but it is also has bad bad if you're struggling and you're your own boss and you're struggling, sometimes it's like really hard when you believe in something, like if you believe in what you do and you're your own boss, and then you have to quit because you can't be funded and you ran out of money and you have to let that go. That's why when Kamala Harris said that she was gonna support the small business people, that is what the American economy needs. Sorry, folks, because any small business doesn't need $50,000 because that's a lot of money. You would probably want to borrow $50,000 to start a store, because in California you have to have a lot of money. But if you think about it, $50,000 is a really good. You know why? You know what, guys? I just realized that when you use your Wi-Fi and you walk somewhere and you pick up another Wi-Fi, um, uh, your phone could stop working. Like right now with the YouTube live, it says that it was trying to reconnect. It's because it picked up another Wi-Fi, so I had to take it off, and it was going back. Um, yeah. So like I was saying, with um, with being, it's really hard. See, like 15 years ago, it could have been somewhat easy for somebody who is a really good fashion designer or somebody who has something really good, because I would say that a fashion designer in America, to be a fashion designer, to have your own label, if you're really good at what you do, not just somebody who's like, it's really hard to be a fashion designer now than ever before. um because it's all about, it's not the technical, it's not the computer shit, because anything that is done with patterns, it's going to be all computerized. To be a fashion designer, you need to know how to sew, and you need to know about the fashion history, and you need to know what's in and what's out. And it is a hard industry, but it is also a very easy industry if you are very talented, because the new generation of people, of young people, and they love your clothing, that means that most of the people, they're going to love your clothing. But it's very expensive to make clothing in America because you have to pay by the hour. So if something is made in America, in the United States, it's really hard. So my point is that, for an example, not a top chef, not somebody who's going to open up a restaurant, because that's involving a lot of licenses, and it's involving a lot of, you need to have a lot of money to open up a restaurant. But to make it easy, is an example of being a fashion designer and you need money to start your own line or collection without even doing duplicates just to launch the collection, you actually need $150,000. 15 years ago, if you got $100,000 from an investor that would believe in you that you are not going to make any money. It's just $100,000 to start a collection, because starting a collection is very, very difficult. You have to not just buy the fabric that for the swatches to make the collection. You have to basically um, the fabric that you buy, you would buy from the manufacturer that it's not going to sell you 100 yards. You have to buy 1,000 yards. You have to buy a bolt. And if your collection has 3 colors and 3 prints, that's 6 bolts at $1,000 each. Sorry, $10,000 each. If the fabric is going to cost like $10 a yard, we're talking like nice fabric. And so if you have to buy a bolt that has 1,000 yards, really, anybody who sells fabric in the United States to any designer, they have to buy 1,000 yards or more. And um, normally you would have to buy 2,500 yards to have a decent collection of, let's say, 1,000 pieces. Okay. So if your collection is like, we'll put it very simple. If your collection has 3 colors and 3 prints, that's 6 things. 3 colors and 3 prints. Okay. In Nordstrom's or Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue finds you and they say, we love the dresses. We want to buy 1,000 dresses for our locations in small, medium, and large. And I want 100 of them delivered to my 10 stores because that's 1,000 dresses. And I want them in small, medium, and large. And I also want to buy the dresses. I want to buy them in prints. But I not just want the black print. I also want you to give me a gold and a silver. And so so imagine that you have to have that you do the collection, and they only give you $100,000, and you have to basically, when you buy a sample, sometimes the companies will hold the fabric for you, because you're kind of like marrying the fabric, even though you're not going to buy it. They're giving you the samples, or you have to buy like 10 yards or 20 yards of the 1,000, and you have to basically say that you're going to come back and you're going to buy all the yardage. Well, the $100,000 is not to pay the yardage. The $100,000 that you're going to buy to make this collection is just for you to have an office, for you to pay your rents for 1 year. That's why it's $100,000, $150,000 to start a collection. It's basically because a collection takes a year to do, or a half a year. It depends what you're going to do, right? So if you make the collection and you work really hard and you buy all these notions and you pay for somebody to do all your samples and you're running out of money and it's coming to be $100,000, the investor needs to shut up $100,000 more. And you haven't even sold nothing. But this is the deal. This is the deal, folks. If the investor, okay, believes in you, and he doesn't care about you not making any money yet because you already launched the collection, now you're going to have a fashion show and you're going to invite all these buyers. Well, you're not going to be that stupid in inviting your friends to see your show. You're going to invite people who have the stores, and you're going to try to make it to see how you're going to do it, that you're going to have this buyer from Saks Fifth Avenue or Macy's or JC to come and see your collection, because the buyers need to see what people are doing. And that's how they found me. Many decades ago, that's how they found me and my friend. And we got lucky that we even got featured on national newspapers. That's another story. But see, this is the deal. If Neiman Marcus says that we want to buy your dress and we want 1,000 dresses, and then you're so happy, and then the next day they say we want to buy 1,000 dresses in blue, and we want to buy 1,000 dresses in the gold, and then we want to buy uh, matching jackets, and we want to buy also like something to go with them. And then you're like, what? I mean, that's like a huge order. And then you start doing your math, and it comes to be $500,000. Well, in the past, okay, like 20 years ago, Nordstrom's, that's why they went bankrupt, by the way. Magnin, that's why they went bankrupt. A lot of these places, department stores, believed in the designer without knowing that they had struggles with money. So a lot of the people who needed this money to because how are you going to do, you got the order, and trust me, if they order from you, that they mean it, and they're going to pay for it. But this is the thing, they don't want to give you any deposits, and they don't want to buy the clothing. Now it's really hard for them to buy it. They wanted you to do a consignment of some sort. Now Nordstrom's in the higher department stores, they won't buy too much. If it's cheap, and they're going to sell it, and they're going to sell a lot, like let's say like 100 dresses in 1 week, and they know, these buyers know what they're going to do. That's why they're ordering 1,000 dresses, because they're probably going to sell the 1,000 dresses in 1 month, because they believe in you. But they're not going to give you any money. But if they did, they're only going to give you like 30%. And that 30% out of $250,000 is going to be like $150,000. Like, I'm just saying, right? But that money that they're going to give you, the first check, is probably going to go to buy all the material, and you're not going to make nothing. You're probably even going to have to sew it yourself, because you need to have quality control. Because this is the deal. When Nordstrom's, a department store, or anybody orders any type of thing, any item from you, and they say it needs to be delivered at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday morning on February the 15th, they mean it. They mean it. They don't want you to deliver. They don't want nothing in their store a day before. They're very strict, okay? Because that means that everything is going to arrive from all of the designers on that day, and they have all these people doing quality control, making sure that there's no button missings, no rips, that everything is perfect. Because guess what? They're doing the photo shoot in that day or the next day for all of the newspapers, that's what they're going to carry for the spring collections. So listen, Kamala Harris, what she said was very bright, because no president in the United States ever in the past has said that they were going to give a tax write-off for $50,000 for new businesses. So that gives basically some sort of a green light to the economy. Obviously, if you're like I said, like if you're a designer, that's a big deal, but it's not like they're giving you the money. It's just a break, right? $50,000 is a lot of money, but guess what? In the United States, there's so many businesses that are closing because everything is so expensive that, like for instance, like Starbucks is not gonna close, but they're treating their people like shit. Okay, that's where Trump comes in. giving the tax break the multi-billionaires. But guess what? Those people are treating their employees like shit. The Starbucks employee works his ass off for 1 hour, and he will not get promoted or he will not get any raise if he doesn't make certain amount of drinks an hour. Okay? And they also have to say hi and goodbye. Anyways, I'm not an economist. I have nothing to do with numbers. I wish I was rich. I wish I had money to eat. Um I guess I guess I'm very happy that YouTube exists. Before I would never go live, obviously because I wasn't into it. This whole life thing, I just started getting into it, and I didn't want to talk about politics because that's not me. I just love art and fashion, and I like to do other things like to support artists since I was a kid, really. But I've supported so many people in my life. I've supported so many people, but I also stay away from people who drink a lot, or people who are crooked, I guess you could say that. But over here, all the birds are asleep. But there's this really cool thing over here where some people bring bird food. See, and and then here in the morning, there's a lot of birds, folks. Listen, listen, Don Pele 007. What would you rather have? Unlimited food supplies or unlimited Wi Fi? Well, obviously, unlimited food supplies. Hello. Especially because I love cooking. If you go to my channel and you search cooking with medavog, you'll see a lot of my cooking videos. There's just like random videos that I make when I'm cooking. Um, I'm actually a really good cook, and I would never cook an actual dish like a gourmet dish from Mexico. I'm Mexican, but that doesn't mean just because I'm Mexican doesn't mean that I'm gonna cook Mexican food. I'm actually I've learned how to cook. I've traveled around the world, and I love really good food, like fine things. A lot of my friends are chefs. The only thing that I do not know how to do is I don't know how to bake. If I knew how to bake, I would make fucking badass empanadas. I would make amazing flour tortillas in different types of corns, like they do in the South, like in Mexico City. Um, and Anyways, I know I'm just talking, I'm blabbering. I'm having fun right now that I'm here and I'm talking live. And look at that. Somebody must be gay because they have the rainbow lights in their penthouse suite. Anyways, I love Greek food too. Oh my god, and Turkish food. I don't know if I had Turkish food. Turkey, from Turkey. But one of my models was from Istanbul. And when I visited Austria, I stayed in Graz. No, I didn't stay in Graz. I stayed in Linz, Austria. Linz, Austria is where I think it should be okay if I say this. I stayed in the same block where Hitler was born. Hitler was born in Linz, Austria. And in that block where he lived, is just where all the rich people live. Very rich people. And my best friend, since I was a teen, and I think his only really good friend, he owns his family owns the transportation system, all the train stations and railroads in Austria, in Linz, and they have their own village and their own transportation system. And I went to visit them, and I remember that when I was in Austria, a lot of people thought that I was very good looking, and a lot of the people thought that I was from Turkey or Istanbul, but I don't know why, because I'm not Turkish. But I don't think that I'm as good looking as the Turkish people, because people in Turkey are extremely good looking. Oh, what I was gonna say about the food in Turkey is that in that the Turkish people. One of my models was from Istanbul. Well, I don't know if it's Istanbul in Turkey. Now in Pakistan. No. Anyways, maybe I just need to eat. Anyways, folks, I don't know if I should show my face live on TV, but this is a cool place right here. It has really good lighting, and so maybe I should show my new earring. Oh, actually, I know what I can show. I can show my new manicure. Cause see, I take a lot of pictures for my eBay store. I have an eBay store, and I sell a lot of vintage and high-end quality men's and women's designer clothing. So I just did my nails. See, can you see? Um, Normally this is how my nails are. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, I just did my nails because I was gonna do some photo shoots, because I like to have my nails always like this. The my nails are always like this though. They're always very clean, as you can see. And just this one right here is the one that I like, that I just did with glitter, because it looks cool when you're out at night in, or you're at the bar or whatever. Not that I'm gonna drink, but normally this is how my nails look. They always have to be very clean. I always like to be very clean, very gay. Gracias, gracias. Anyways, but check my shirt. This is my shirt, folks. And yes, I am gay. As you can see, I'm very gay. Yes, I am very gay. And this is my matching earring with all the little diamonds from Tiffany's. Because normally Tiffany's and Christian Dior are telling me the time. Oh my god, you guys are a riot. I know it's okay to be very gay. Anyways, now that I'm awake, I kind of want to go to 7-Eleven over here. I feel like an ice cream. Oh, and this place just opened. It's gonna be it's already a gym. Oh, this is really cool, because this place used to be a pharmacy, and it was all it's really cool, because I don't know if the windows are new, but this was all boarded for probably like a decades. And I don't know what they did over here. And but these, I don't know if they tore the windows and these are brand new windows, and that's going to be a gym. Well, there's already a gym. It's called Reset, but it is a hardcore gym for like people who have hardcore bodies. It's a serious gym. You have to have so much energy to do videos, and you have to have so much energy to do all of this crap. Look at that fan. That fan belongs in the Titanic, folks. Anyway, so this is a brand new gym, and so it's looking really cool. And I don't know what's going on with the windows. If these windows were here before, and then, or if they're brand new. I'm wondering if they appear now to been here forever, but they were, see, because it used to be a bank. See, it used to be a bank. Anyways, folks, I can't believe that I'm still live. I'm not quitting the live because I like this excitement of the messaging. I like to like read what you guys are saying. Oh, y que hablan también en el español. Por supuesto. Sí, porque me gustaría hacer videos en español. Voy a caminar para enseñarles dónde vivo, por dónde vivo. Normalmente no hago videos donde hablo el español, porque normalmente los seguidores que tengo no son de habla hispana, y pues no tengo mucho que decir en español. Pero sí me gustaría hacer videos en español, obvio. Pero pienso que, como no soy grosero, pienso que las personas que hacen los videos en español son divertidos porque dicen pendejadas y groserías, ¿verdad? Pero sí me gusta hacer videos en fiestas donde no tengo que hablar ni inglés ni en español. Oh, y ese es un bar. Ese es un bar. Oh, that's my friend. Ese es un bar que tiene un árbol adentro que se llama Bufa. La bufadora. Normalmente cuando entro a esos lugares, porque ahora es martes, día de tacos, ¿verdad? Son las 11:38. Si entro ahorita a un bar, siempre alguien me va a reconocer. Pero como ahora es martes, muchos lugares están cerrados. Anyways. So, like I was saying, it's not that I don't like to do videos in Spanish. It's just because I feel like a lot of the people who never comment in Spanish, I don't know where they're from. And normally, when I make videos at night, in the evening, I realize that it's another part of the world, like somewhere in Middle Eastern Europe, or in the Philippines, or in different parts of Asia. But I feel like a lot of the people from the Philippines, they like my videos. And people from Russia, if you're listening, I want 23,000 likes. Oh my God, you guys are a riot. Gracias, Don Pelay 007. Muchas gracias. Espero no te aburres de mis videos. Tengo mucho contenido. You know, I've been with YouTube for 18 years. Voy a cumplir 17 años en YouTube. Y tengo más de 13,000 videos. I have over 13,000 videos here on YouTube. I was one of the first YouTubers, actually. I was the first person, the very first person when the shorts became shorts. That day when YouTube decided that shorts were going to be the new thing, when the first shorts arrived, I uploaded some videos, and my videos became instant shorts because they're not videos anymore. You can upload them, and they do become a video if you upload them not from YouTube, but from like Google. And they become videos. Sometimes they become shorts. Normally, it's kind of confusing. But if you upload a video here on shorts, then it is a short. And if you upload a video and it's a short, it becomes a short from the application from your phone. But if you do a video, if you upload some videos if you upload some videos um, from your Google account, like you like, or you upload the videos from that is not. It's kind of difficult to explain, but they cannot, they won't probably become shorts. It depends. It's because the shorts, it's very hard to explain that the shorts, if it's under 1 minute, it becomes a short and it's not considered as a video. But if you upload it from another site like Google into YouTube, or from your camera, and you said you upload them to your YouTube account, then it becomes um, countable to video. Again, it's really hard to explain. But the night is very quiet. I can't believe I'm over here. I walked all the way over here. And look at that, folks. We have a gay flag for all of you who are the supporters of the gays. We have a gay walk. If you walk through here, the rainbow, you become instant gay. You're just gay. Oh my god. Even the 7-Eleven is gay. Oh my god. I have to go to the 7-Eleven. Let's walk to the 7-Eleven and see what this 7-Eleven is all about. Because guess what, folks? The poster in the front of the entrance of the 7-Eleven, it says all flavors welcome. Which is very gay, by the way. But I do want an ice cream. I want to see. I want to see how much the water is. The power lottery is $134 million, and the Mega Million is only 20. I think it's probably just growing. Anyways, I really don't know what I really want to drink. But I am awake. I don't know. I should have never had the Red Bull. But let's see what they have in here. Let's see. They have five buy 5 get 5 free. Oh my god, this place is so gay. I have to buy this. Wow. Look at this. This is insta gay. This is so fucking fabulous. Oh my god, I love it. It matches my tattoo, folks. Look. I like this cake. Anyways, what else do they have? Everything here looks very fresh. Actually, I'm kind of hungry now. Let's see, what is this? This is a little barbecue bacon and cheeseburger. You know what's really good here? These burritos over here, spicy bean burritos. I haven't had them in years. In the pandemic, I would come over here, and I would, when you're drinking, these taste actually really good. The red hot beef and bean burrito. Let's see, how much are these? Do you know how much these are? $3.99. These are really good. These are really good. $4 for those. Everything here, it looks really nice. $5.99 for this fruit. Everything looks really nice. Everything looks really fresh. Look at this chicken Caesar pasta salad. That looks delicious, folks. Even the sandwiches look amazing. But look at this. This is fabulous. They have Oreo cookies. Oh my god. The limited edition Coca-Cola Oreo cookies. And this is my favorite the daily made. These probably they all look really good. That looks really good. This is a very Mexican thing. Oy chamoy, sour splash bites. Oh, these are all brand new. The sour kiwi slices, they look really good. All of these, this all looks really good. Oh, but the price is $5.99. Out of your mind? This 7-Eleven, I feel like it's very, it's like a dream come true. The water is expensive though. It's $3. I feel like they have everything here. They have every kind of flaming hot chip you can possibly think of. Well, I have all of this stuff. I don't need anything like this, but it's nice to know that they have all of this fabulous things. Anyways, folks. Oh, buy one get one free. The Red Bulls is 3 for $8. That's actually a really good price. I have water. Hmm. $1. 17 croissants. Anyways, folks, that was the 7-Eleven. You have great stuff, by the way. I'm just not in a shopping mood. But you guys, no, not like I don't have any money. I'm just like I didn't want to carry things. This is really nice. This race. Anyways, folks, have a good night. Well, that was kind of exciting. Oh, you know what, Leo? Is it Leo? Leo, it did say there that if well, I love croissants. I love croissants, but I go to this place that at 6 a.m. in the morning, I go to this bakery. It's a Chinese bakery, but obviously where they have all the donuts and everything. And to be very honest, I don't want to eat anything with flour or anything that's gonna make my stomach bloated because I'm not on a diet, obviously. But I just don't want to. This is a really nice place, by the way. I don't think anybody's. I don't know if they're doing some decor. I don't know if they're doing some decor. Or if they will. I think they're working right now. Let's see. Maybe Paris is there. Paris is the owner of this place, and there's a big butterfly. Anyways, she anyways, so what I was gonna say about the croissants. I love croissants. And I buy them, because everybody, you can buy them everywhere. But if Leo, you're telling me that 7-Eleven has really good croissants, I just saw a little thing. It said that the day old croissants were only $1. Okay, so I might have to go over there and just take the day old croissant. But I never really go to 7-Eleven though. I don't go to 7-Eleven. I'm not a 7-Eleven guy. Um, but if it's gonna be a croissant, I'm gonna go to this place that they make the croissants and they're big and they're fluffy and they're delicious because they make them from butter, like a lot of butter. I feel like the that anything that has a lot of butter. If you're gonna eat a croissant once a month or once every half a year, you might as well eat the best croissant that somebody's gonna make. Obviously, because you can't do that all the time. It's like, especially if, when you're getting old. But if you don't have a problem eating any types of food, especially croissants. But anyways, sometimes in the winter, I go and buy a box of croissants that has like 4 to 8 croissants. Because I like to make sandwiches and I like to make omelets and make croissant omelets with, because I've loved doing omelets, quiche free egg omelets, white you white you know, with with the egg, not the yellow, just the white omelets, whatever. Anyways, I can't believe I've been live for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Um, but I must end this show. I must end the show, folks. This is my old stomping grounds. I don't want you guys to think that I'm lost. I'm not really lost. I'm just walking around because I wanted to be live on the YouTube. Um, I'm not lost at all. I know my way around. And it's also nice to police, just to go around and see what people are doing at night. There's a lot of wicked shit going on. As you can see, there's also a lot of construction, folks. We're living in a new era. Don't you forget that in the United States of America, it's ever changing. Can you imagine 100 years ago was not a long time ago? 100 years ago was not a long time ago. In 100, and in the year, in the, well, 120 years, 124 years. I'm just going to go, no, wait. 100 years ago was 1924. So yeah, 100 years ago, America wasn't like today. You know, the new rich, the new families, which is the Fords, the Macy's, the the railroad companies, they were the new rich and they were the new families. And they are the creators of America in the 1800s and turn of the 1900s. And but that world is gone. It changed after World War II, actually, not World War One. After World War II, but America has been saved from destruction and war because we have the oceans that protect us. But a tyrant named Donald Trump wants to destroy democracy without having a war. He wants to have the war between the people who dislike and like him. Anyways, hoping everybody's having a fabulous day and good night.